All right, we might kick this off. Hopefully everyone can hear and see. It looks like everyone can. So thank you for joining us and welcome to the very first Working From Anywhere live. And in these sessions, I will demonstrate and keep you up to date with the tools and technology that actually work in small business, save you time and money, and make your life easier. These sessions I will keep to 15 to 20 minutes, so it will be an overview on that particular tool or technology we're talking about on the day. Whilst it's an overview to give you a bit of a feel for whether it would work in your business and an idea of it, it will also be backed up by a full step-by-step video course that I've created and is available in the Working From Anywhere Academy. I actually done that one this week, and the full course is there in the Academy. So this is an overview, and then if you want some more guidance and instruction on how to implement and use these tools, then you can go to the Academy and do that course. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about the problem with forms. And basically the problem with forms, the old way of doing things, is they are too time consuming. How we've always received a form and had to respond to a form is we receive it as an attachment on an email, we print it off or we save that form and fill it out on a Word document. We fill out the form, we scan or save it as a new version, we attach it to an email, we send it back. Oops, we stuffed up, then we have to go back and repeat steps 2 to 5 again. So bottom line, it just takes too long. It's too time consuming. So today we will talk about a solution, and that solution is Typeform. It's one of my favorite tools. It's really easy to use. And first we'll have a look at what that looks like from an end user point of view. So the difference between filling out a form that's been attached to an email. And to do that, I'll just share my screen. Bear with me for a minute. So you should now see my screen with my demo on there. We'll go from there to my inbox, and we will have a look at an email that I sent to myself. So instead of receiving an email with an attached document, the person at the other end will just simply receive an email with a link. We click on the link. So first we'll have a look at what this looks like from an end user point of view. So the difference between filling out a form as in printing it out and filling it out and doing it this way. So this is a form that I've created, just quite a simple form. I just added the title, which is, this is a much easier way to answer questions and provide information. Click on the start button. So all they do is click on the start button and simply start filling out the form. And as you can see, it is really easy, and the questions come at them one at a time. So the questions display one at a time. You can have multiple choice questions in there. Is this easier or what? Of course, yes, it is. And yes, how do I do this? And then we click OK. Yes and no questions. There's all sorts of various formats, which I will show you just a little bit later. If you decided you wanted to change one of your answers, you don't have to redo it. You go to the bottom right here and you scroll up and down and change your answers. So are you looking forward to summer? Yes, I am. And you can even add terms and conditions. So if you have some legal requirements or some terms and conditions that you need signed off on as part of this form, you can add them in here and get people to accept them. Click on accept, and then we get to submit, and it's as simple as clicking on the submit button. There's no printed out forms, there's no emailing, it's done. It's all finished nice and easy from a end user point of view. So you might say, well, that's all good, but I'm not very techie. How, this form looks very professional. How do I create that? Well, the good news is, whilst it looks really professional, it's really, really easy to create. And we'll have a look how we do that. Here I am in my Typeform, in my workspace, and this is where you create your form. So if we wanted to create a new form, you can do it in a matter of minutes. Click on the plus here. There are two options. You can start from scratch, or you can use one of their templates. Now, they have many templates for different business uses, different sorts of questionnaires or surveys. I'm not going to go over those all right now. They are all covered in that course. So we'll just do start from scratch, and which is my preferred way of doing a form, and create a simple form. Let's call this, we'll just call it form. You simply add a title to your form. It opens up that form, and this is your form builder. Very easy interface here, and on the left-hand side, we can see all the different and various question formats. On the right-hand side is our form builder. So we start at the top, click on Welcome Screen. That opens up a content editor, and it's as simple as adding our text here. So you would add in here a bit of an explanation for what your form is all about. I'm just going to say this is my form to keep it simple. Go down, you can add a description if you like. So let's add description. And as you can see, while you're working over here on the left-hand side, you can see how it looks on the right-hand side. So the question there is big and bold, and the description underneath is a smaller font and a bit lighter. We can even change the name of our button. Let's say we want to call it Begin, so you can customize this as you go, and we simply click on Save. So there's the first part of our form. You can see it there. You then go ahead and continue to add your questions depending what format they're in. Let's click on a short text one. If we click on that, you can see it adds it there. It opens up the content. We can add name. We can add a description if we want or not. We can have a maximum number of characters. We can add an image or a video to it. I like to keep my forms nice and simple. You want to make it easy for your end user there. Most importantly, down the bottom, we can make this a required question. So if we tick on required question, you'll see it adds an asterisk there. That means that the person filling out this form has to answer this question. Then we simply click on Save. And as you can see, our form is starting to build there. Long text, as the name suggests, is just a long text. I'll just put more info there. You can add a description. Same thing, you can make it required or not required. We'll just see where that looks. And then you can continue. I'm not going to go through every single one of these different formats. It is covered in that course. If we did want to add another question, but we didn't want it to go straight underneath, we simply can drag this across and put it wherever we want. So as you can see, it's really simple to use. It's drag and drop. That opens up the question. We put in here email. And what this particular format does is the answer to that question needs to be in email format. If the person answering that question doesn't put it in email format, there will be a warning come up that says, please enter your email in here. So let's just save that one. Email, date formats, legal, which is just like I said before, the terms and conditions, website, payment. We will have a look at multiple choice. So multiple choice, which days? Is multiple choice. We can add a description if we want. We add the question, then we add the choices. Just by typing in the choices there, we add the plus button. And as you can see, it's all happening on the right-hand side as we work through this. So it's just really user-friendly. We can even move these up and down. As you can see, we can change the order. Of course, we don't really want Thursday before Tuesday. I won't add any more for now. We can make this required. And importantly down here, you get the choice of having multiple selections. So that means person answering this question can answer pick more than one selection, or if you have that off, they only are able to choose one selection. You can randomize it. You can force vertical alignment. That just changes the way it looks. Let's change that back. And of course, you can add an other option. And then we simply click on save. And as you can see, our form is built in. We can move these around if we want. Okay, and then we go down to picture choice, much the same as multiple choice, but you add images where they can choose from images. Question group, I won't go over that one. Yes, no, pretty self-explanatory. You can ask a yes, no question. Rating, we'll have a very quick look at rating. So how do you rate? Well, first we need to spell it. And this does give you the option of adding a question that's based on a rating. So how do you rate this? We can move this across here and add as many stars or whatever as we like. Let's put it back to 5 stars because that's what the standard rating is, but you can add more stars. You can also change what these are. They don't have to be stars. They can be hearts. They can be thumbs up. They can even be dogs for you dog lovers out there. And then you simply click on save. Okay, so there's ratings, there's opinion scale. So you can ask someone to give you a rating or opinion on based from 0 to 10, say, number and file upload. So that's just a brief overview of all the question types. You've built your form. You then can move forward to changing how this form looks. You can keep it really simple. You can change the colors. You can change the fonts. You can change the font styles and size. You can add background images to it, or you can simply choose a theme. So these are themes that the people at Typeform, their graphic designers, think they have worked out that these are the colors and the fonts that work well together. You simply click on some of these and pick one that you think you would like. Let's pick that outdoors theme, and then you simply apply to Typeform down the bottom right here. I am going over this very quickly, but as I said, the full step-by-step instructions are covered in the course. So once you've created the look you want, you can actually view your Typeform to see what it looks like. So top right there, we'll click on view. You not only can see what it looks like if we click on begin, but this gives you an opportunity to see if there's any errors and make sure everything looks okay. So you can go up and down and make sure that everything looks fantastic. And I think that looks pretty good. Once you're happy with that, you go back to your form. You've built your questions. You've designed it how you look. You then go to configure, which is something I won't cover today. More or less, you configure the options about receiving notifications. That gets covered in the course. We will look, however, at share. So you don't need to send this out as an attachment. You just simply need to copy this link, and then if we click on copy, it copies it to our clipboard, paste that into an email, an instant message. You can share it on social media if you like. You can even embed the whole form on a web page, but really easy to share. I would recommend just sharing that link, and you share that link, and all someone has to do is click on the link and it opens up that form just how we saw earlier. Okay, so that's sharing. You've got it out there. Then you need to find out what the results are. So there's 2 places that you get the results. If you've ticked that you want to receive an email, we'll have a look at emails here. Just go back into my inbox, and you can see how I have a notification there where someone has filled out a form, which was me, and there are the responses. So you get an email for every time someone fills out a form. That's if you want. You get the choice to have that. And as you can see all the answers there. So I've been testing this morning, and there's all the answers to those particular forms. Okay, so the other area you will see it, they will always live in your Typeform, in your workspace. Now, this particular form doesn't have any responses, so let's go to a form that I know does have responses so you can see how that looks. Let's look at the Working From Anywhere digital audit, which I've been really busy doing digital audits for people, which is fantastic. And we go to the Analyze and we go to Results. And as you can see over here, here are all the results here in table format. You can download those onto a spreadsheet if you want. They're always here. You can search for them by date. You can search for them by people's names just to see those ones. So they will always live here. You don't have to worry. If you lose those emails, your results will always be here. You can also look at them as a bit of an overview. So if you've put out a questionnaire or a survey and you want an overview of how people answered in general, if you look over here on the right-hand side, you can see an overview of what percentage of people answered what questions there and what the answers were. You can also view this as a web page. And not only can you view it as a web page, but you can actually share this web page. Just by sharing this link up here, you can share this web page with your customers or your clients or whoever filled out this form. They will see it. You will look really professional that they've got instant access to the results of this survey, cleanly laid out, and there it is there. So easy to share the results of your survey, your questions. So let's just go back to that's Typeform. So it's a much easier way to gather information. What are the benefits? Well, you will save time. It's definitely easier for everybody. It's not just easy for you, it's easy for your customers or your clients and your staff. Responses are saved automatically. You can share the results, and guaranteed you will get a much better response rate by sending out forms and requesting information this way than you would if you were sharing a form that someone has to go to the effort of printing out or filling out and saving and scanning and doing all that scenario as we explained before. What can you use it for? Job applications, order forms, surveys, feedback, client information, registration forms, property listings if you're in the real estate game, lots of stuff. Anything from simple 2 or 3 question surveys to complex forms. So you can use it for many areas of your business, and it's really, really easy. So that's Typeform. That's an overview, as I said, of Typeform, just to give you a taste of what it can do and how it can make your life easier. There is a full step-by-step course now available on the Working From Anywhere Academy, but if you would prefer some more one-on-one guidance with how to get this implemented and set up and how to use it, please, please, please book in a one-on-one with me. Happy to work through it with you. So there we have it. Any questions? Hopefully I've explained that and given you a good overview, but please, if you do have any questions, type them in the private chat there. Jenny, great idea. Woohoo! Jenny, I'm very confident that Jenny Robb, you can actually use this in your business. It would be very, very handy. Can you click and hide? Can you click hide at the bottom of the screen? Oh, yes, I will. Feedback pre-walk into. Yep, that's exactly. Yeah, you definitely can use that, Jenny. Has anyone got any other questions? No? No questions, no questions. Oh, well, that means I've really explained it, or you're holding back. But please, if you do have any questions, feel free to send me a message and contact me. Okay, that's it. Thank you for coming along to our first ever Working From Anywhere live session I really do hope that you've got something out of this session and that you are able to see somewhere where you can implement this particular tool in your business, save time and make your life easier. So until next time, carpe diem. Au revoir.